shores of Lake Rotorua, in the heart of New Zealand, a dominion of the British Empire as far south of the equator as New York is north of it, are two quaintly situated townships occupied by Maoris, most stalwart and intelligent of all Polynesian peoples. One of these villages is Mutu, built about a wide open square. At its farther end, on the shore of the lake, is the Maori Anglican Church of St. Faith, richly carved, as is the little kiosk in front of it, sheltering a statue of the late Queen Victoria in true Maori fashion. Most of the native dwellings, both in Ohinemutu and the neighboring village of Whakareva, are in fine harmony with the landscape, highly and artistically carved. In this one lives Rangi, known to everyone who has visited Rotorua as the most intelligent, quick-witted Maori girl in the entire region. Rotorua and the two Maori villages are situated in a hydrothermal area where geysers constantly play and where hot springs bubble up in almost every backyard. Waka has a community cauldron where most of the cooking for the neighboring households is done by placing pots and kettles in the constantly boiling water. Rangi has just dropped by to leave her afternoon tea. As it flows away, it gradually cools, eventually to be utilized for washing clothes and feet. Maori mothers, and there are none better, are almost as fond of their children as their children. Is an opportunity, undressing as they run, to plunge into the agreeable warmth and softness of the silicated pools. Watch this perfect landing at the age of 3. To learn. So while little brother plays with his newly acquired bicycle pump, he has been using it to squirt water on his playmates. Baby sister, barely a month old, is disrobed for the bath. The procedure. Mother takes her over to big brother, who is admonished to hold her tight, and as soon as she's in, all's right with the world. And why not? The water is just the right temperature. From time immemorial, the Maoris have been expert carvers, first using, as seen here, wooden chisels. Recently, lagging interest in the Maori arts has been revived with the establishment of a school of wood known as totara, martial figures representing ancient chiefs and heroes, and tumeri, or fighting clubs, are being fashioned chiefly for museums and admirers of the art. At the school do their first actual carving on pipes of calabash. As the Maoris are all natural carvers, the workmanship is generally uniformly good. These products of their craft are sold as souvenirs, to smoke and fume as effectively as the landscape. These great panels, revealing the spiral motif so frequently encountered in Maori art, eventually will adorn entrances to native carved houses. This image, glaring eyes of haliotis shell, no doubt enjoys some mystic symbolism, while this is a kumete, a bowl for storing preserved food. Some maintain that when the Maoris were cannibals, they placed the brains of their victims therein. A sort of shell trumpet and twanging stick, this wooden flute, resembling a bloated cigar, was the only musical instrument the ancient Maoris had. Living in the south temperate zone rather than in the tropics, both men and women have always chiefly robes and waist mats of flax, the latter suspended from the waist to the knees like Scottish kilts. Even today, the young girls, when they assemble in the village square to perform the poi dance, don the pui pui, dried and dried. Each movement of the hips causes these skirts to make a swishing rattle. The dance obtains its name from a ball made of the dry leaves of the bulrush plant. Used. The chief charm of the poi, of which there are several varieties, is the graceful rhythmic evolutions made in perfect unison by a group of young girls who are good-looking, well-proportioned, prettily dressed, and whose lives point to the sentimental tune of a song of love that usually accompanies it. Note how the balls twist forward, backward, overhand, underhand, to right and to left, taps being made with them on hands and body without interrupting the continuity of motion. On a hill overlooking Waka and the thermal district, with its carved tikis of deified chieftains dominating the gateways, is a palisaded pa or stockade, whither in resorted when threatened by war. Before the introduction of firearms, this stockade was virtually impregnable. A few still live within. Here comes one to salute her. It is a delight unknown to them, and pressing nose to nose twice seems to me a poor substitute. From the pa, let us follow Bella and Mary in their feathery robes down the hill slope to guide its varied forms of thermal activity. On the way we pass a glittering terrace of white sinter, in the center of which a restless geyser ceaselessly plays, with a tremble of the ground and an all-pervading subterranean sound, like working at some tremendous task below. Then the girls arrive at a steaming pool, where they have been in the habit of coming every afternoon to boil potatoes in the gurgitating waters, the temperature of which is only 280. Bella smokes and rests, while Mary just rests and talks. After 5 minutes, they, the potatoes, are thoroughly cooked. Bella and Mary, both of whom are luncheon, hasten to divest them of their flaxen containers and to convert them into more Maori. Meantime, the cauldron boils furiously on, symbolic of nature's hidden forces in this fair. A group of Maori men are leaving the quarters of the Tehunga, or high priest, under orders to dance the haka, a physical exercise originated by the Maoris and designed to strengthen and harden every muscle in their eyes. The time maintained is marvelous, the men working up to such a terrific speed, leaping, bounding, and shouting in common accord, that it seems possible that they may soon be, if they aren't already. The haka, which in former years was always danced before engaging in battle, exists among different tribes, but all of them are indicative of attack and victory, of warrior's mind, feet, nor need he, if he be fortified with a face like one of these. Nearly every Maori woman, however humble, wears suspended about her neck a tiki made of called jade. Worn as a charm, it is said to represent Tiki, the first man, the mythological father of mankind. Every Maori woman wears one, though not a few, particularly the haka habit. And they can roll their eyeballs, make hideous grimaces, protrude their tongues, and shake their hips with more effect and feeling than a whole regiment. Hoping in our hearts that the Maoris, a genial, intelligent, magnificent race, will not perish from the earth. Regretfully we leave, passing into the setting sun in quest of still